All right, welcome back. This is the Metal Inquisition on EastVillageRadio.com. We have a extremely special guest here this evening, Mr. Rob Halford of Judas Priest.
Having a great time. This is really cool.
This is really cool. Oh, that was Till the Day I Die off the new Halford album, Made of Metal.
Made of Metal. Yeah.
That was one of the more diverse tracks on the album. Was it Pedal Steel maybe in there?
Yeah, I like to listen to interesting music, and I mean there are some styles of metal that go into one groove and they stay there, and I love it. I love that kind of intensity of black metal, like Emperor, for example, or Jimmy Borger, or any of that type of metal. But from my world, just because we've all got different musical makeups, I just like to make every track kind of a little bit different, you know?
Yeah.
And that's what we worked hard on trying to achieve. All these tracks, the 14 tracks on Made of Metal, I think are all pretty diverse and different from one another.
Yeah, I would agree. I got some questions of just about, the beginning of your career as a vocalist. Like, when did you realize you could sing?
Yeah. It goes way back to when I was a little kid. I was about 7 or 8, maybe. And the school, the junior school, as we call them in England, they were putting a choir together for the school choir, and there used to be one lesson a week for music, and there was this girl that would run the music classes, and she had a piano at the start of the head of the class. There was about, 15, 20 kids in the class, and she was putting this choir together. So one by one we had to go to the front of the class and sing one of these songs. It was like a Scottish folk song, and so everybody would go up there, and some people would squawk and sound like a cat was being run over by a truck, and some people would be really great, and some people were completely out of tune, and so that's how you find what you've got. So I went up there, and it's the first time I'd ever done that in my entire life, and so I'm singing this song, and I'm just singing it, and then I finished, and then all the kids started clapping, which was totally unexpected, and I didn't know what I'd done, I had no idea what I'd done, and she looked at me, and she's like, "Come with me." So she took me to 2 or 3 other teachers in the school, and she goes, "Just sing that song." And I'm like, "So you do what you're told?" And so I had to sing a cappella, sing the song 2 or 3 times. And that to me was a very, very vivid memory. A lot of things happen to you as a kid that you usually forget or you remember. And that's something that I've always remembered. So I was straight into the school choir, and we did a few, productions, this, that and the other, where I sang. And I think the main thing then that still I get the same feeling now is when I'm singing, that's when I really truly feel alive. I think it's the same when a guitar player plays, or a drummer. It's like, because the music is so important to your soul and your spirit, that's when you really feel alive, And so, again, much like everybody else, it took me until probably my real late teens to figure out that that's all I wanted to be. I wanted to try and become a professional musician. And so I just, looked around for some local bands, and I was in a bunch of like really obscure progressive blues rock bands, like Lord Lucifer and Abraxas, just really Athens Wood, really strange funky names. And we just jam, we stand there in like loon pants and like tie-dye t-shirts and just, jam and make it up. And it was a lot of fun to do. But those are the roots that you cut your musical teeth on, because you're learning and you're figuring out just how important this is to you. So yeah, right from when I was a little tiny kid, it started to happen.
You don't warm up before you sing?
Generally, I don't.
No.
It's funny because Sebastian was saying that earlier, and he goes, "Yeah, I can't believe you don't warm up." I go, "Well, for the last couple of shows I have, and just for something to do, because I'm sitting in the fucking dressing room like, oh God, like another hour before I go on stage, I'm gonna have a bit of a sing." So I just put my iPod on and and I got this thing is full, you know. So last night I was singing along with Luciano Pavarotti before I went on, because I love classical music, and I like to see if I can sing Nessun Dorma with Pavarotti, you know. And it's a real, like, this is so stupid, you know, but it's just a lot of fun to do. So yeah, I've been warming up for the last couple of shows, just out of boredom more than anything else.
Okay, well, we're getting word that we have not much time left, so I guess, is there anything that you'd like to sign off on, or?
Well, I just want to say how great this is. I mean, I've done a lot of things in my life, but this is a really, really fresh thing to do, and I really appreciate what you guys are doing, because it is coming in at a very, you know, raw, cool, real level. You're here in this place in the East Village, and it's about as real as it can get, because we're literally on the street.
Yeah.
There's a glass, and there's New York at the door, and there's people walking by and people waving and taking pictures and stuff, and that's just about as pure as you can get. And I just really respect your attitude for what you do with the music that you play. So this has been a real treat, and I hope you'll invite me to come back again.
Yeah. You're always welcome here.
Yeah, cool.
We have one last request. We have a good friend of ours from Scotland, and Evening Stars is one of his favorite.
Is that right?
All time.
Well, I think we actually did that on Top of the Pops.
Yeah. We used to watch that video.
I think there's like a bootleg floating around somewhere. It's probably on the evil YouTubes. Everything's on the evil YouTubes. But Evening Star, yeah, I can remember that.
Simpson.
Yeah, his name's Ricky. We were wondering if you could dedicate Evening Star to him.
Okay, Ricky, this is for you. This is Judas Priest and Evening Star on EVR Radio.